What's good, y'all? So in this video, I'm going to be reacting to the crazy story of Suspect, the UK Grim Reaper. Okay, so I've seen him multiple times in the compilations that I do involving the most disrespectful UK drill rappers, lyrics, gangs, shit, just all of it. Okay, I've seen him come up multiple times, and we gonna watch like a little documentary about him. See what he did, or is he dead? I don't remember. Oh God, is he? I don't remember. Oh, we're gonna see though. Anyways, let's get into it.
The Active Gang has become more popular since they started releasing.
Yeah, Active Gang. See, I be knowing the names. Y'all should be proud of me.
The Active Gang has become more popular since they started releasing songs. And throughout London, this gang is known to be a crazy one. But the truth is, no gang has a history without its members. In other words, crazy members make a crazy gang.
Facts.
In this video, I'll be talking about one of Active Gang's members, Suspect.
Heebie-jeebie.
This is the crazy story of Suspect. Before we start the video, make sure to leave a like, and if you would like,
y'all go leave a like. I'm gonna put the link in the description.
Know that all information in this video is not 100% confirmed, but is mostly alleged. Alright, let's get into it. Like the story of Active Gang is incomplete without its members, we can't talk about Suspect without talking about Active Gang. The gang was formed and based in Camden.
I see. I feel like a freaking expert now. I knew that. Yeah.
Has really heated up for gang wars. Although Northwest beef has been established for decades, and these beefs are not unknown. An example is Church Road versus South Kilburn. Presently, the beef in Camden is between Active Gang and Nager Grove, CTI of Camden Town, NRB of North Road, and 51st, which is a link up between
51st.
NW1 and NW5 of Peckwater, Queens Crescent, and Cumbo. These wars didn't just start. You can only imagine how many bodies must have been dropped.
Yeah.
Suspect of Active Gang has done a lot for his gang, but before we go into that, let's discuss a little bit about his personal life. Suspect lived with a foster family in Tottenham, but was in care of Camden Council. Why, right? You must have thought his parents abandoned him or something happened to him, but nah. It was because of Suspect's reckless behavior as a teenager. For example, when he was 14 years, he went missing for a complete 2 months and kept everyone worried until the police later spotted him and took him. Around that time, he was already repping his gang and selling drugs in towns of the country. Though this history of Active Gang isn't publicized, which made it difficult to know the origin and the founders of the gang.
So I know I like go on like my little. I just be asking questions because I genuinely am interested. So I don't know what the actual statistic is. I'll probably like put it up. But I know that America has a really bad narcotic issue or opioid problem. And we, out of the entire world, we make up a small percentage, and we have like most of the opioids or some shit. So when they're talking about selling over there, what is it that y'all selling? You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, it could be pills and stuff. I had a friend from Germany, and I know he used to do the Coca-Cola, straight Coca-Cola, not the crack. Understand that. I don't support either, but like, there's a difference. But is it like pills, or is it just like weed, or like what? Be sober, please.
One thing is certain, Suspect together with SY, Hitman, Broad Day, Blitz, and others in their clique have been original members of the gang for a long time. Active Gang is not currently that big of a gang, as it has around 30 to 40 members in it, but there is every possibility that it's going to increase as time goes on. Now that they're gaining recognition with their drill sound and activities on the streets, they'd be welcoming new members. Active Gang was originally cool with Peckwater and Queens Crescent, and things were going well between the two gangs and the members, but it didn't last long, as the beef between them started around 2016. As you know from beef stories of different gangs, they're usually caused by small issues that could have been easily settled, but won't, and from there blow out of proportion. Though the war became deadly in 2017, it began in 2016, and since the very beginning of the war, Suspect has been active all through the war, scoring points on Lebs of Cumbo, who later caught a body on 18. It's also alleged that Suspect stabbed T-Boy of Queens Crescent and ran over Dietz before he went to jail.
He ran over somebody. There's some things to me that just take more work. That's why I'm not gonna lie. I feel like if you use a pew-pew, that don't make you not a bitch. I'm so sorry. It don't. You could be a bitch and use a pew pew. But when we talking about running mofos over or using swords and shit, different level. Different level of insanity. I mean, I get it. I get it. I got like some protection, but I'm just saying, it's just a different level.
They're taking a break from beef, even though he was behind bars. He got into a fight, beating Goose of 51st badly. You know how these things work. That fight and those he rode with even earned him much respect then. While Suspect was still in prison, a lot happened, and all of that made him crazier. In September of 2017,
that's what I'm saying. Like, usually, some places like try to push like reformation, but usually it's just gonna like re-traumatize the people, and then when they get out, they not really, now they're like institutionalized, so they don't know how to operate, and there's like no help. They just like kind of just like thrown back into society, and then usually end up back in jail because like there's no help. Like, that's not like psychologically that doesn't even make any sense, but you know, people don't give a fuck. So very sad. But
the first body was dropped in this beef. An important member of the active gang was killed by Peckwater 51st Street gang. This member of active gang that was killed is called Mitch. Mitch was the boss as at that time, and he was caught by Flips, who G-checked him and stabbed him. They both had a brief argument before Flips stabbed him in the neck and back. A police officer saw Flips in action, chased him all the way down the street, and caught him. Mitch was rushed to the hospital, but he would not survive. As for Flip, he stated that he was acting on self-defense, as the knife he used was for Mitch. The jury never believed his claims, and that got him 17 years to life imprisonment. Suspect was close to Mitch, since Mitch was the boss, and Suspect is quite useful to the gang for his activities. But he wasn't in Suspect's close circle, since Suspect is way younger. Usually there are cliques even in a gang. Apart from the broad alliance and respect between members of a group, there are usually cliques that roll together, especially because of the number of members in a gang. This explains why you can find SY, Broad Day, Swavey, and Hitman with Suspect, as they engage in activities together. Back to the beef story. By February 2018, a member of Peckwater called Dottie was killed. At first, you would think Active Gang eventually got their revenge on them by killing Dottie, but that's not correct. It was actually OFB and ZT members that killed him. That was suspiciously unusual since they are based in North and East London. Well, that happened because of an argument they had at a party, and soon things became really ugly, taking Dottie's life. Bando K of OFB and Mark Duggan's son were arrested for Dottie's murder. Mark's son was later released after it was confirmed that he had nothing to do with the situation and was only present at the party. However, Bando got convicted and got 18 to life on appeal.
Damn.
After the death of Dottie, active gang members disrespected him in songs even though they didn't kill him. It's understandable because Dottie was a rival gang member anyway, and since he died, they could only use that to get to their ops. Peckwater wasn't in any way happy with all of that. They became mad at those who killed their member and those who dissed him in songs, and so they retaliated. They set out on that day to slide on Broadwater Farms and London Fields, but they didn't find anyone, and so they decided to head to their usual op blocks in Camden, and they didn't stop there. Since they were so determined to take out their ops, that night alone 4 people were stabbed between 2 to 3 hours. Out of the 4 people that got stabbed, 2 died while 2 survived. These 2 victims were S45, named Sadiq, who was a member of the active gang, and AK, who wasn't a gang member, but only a friend of those gang members.
Damn, you can't even be with people. See, be very careful about who you decide to hang around, because mofos be coming with a lot of shit, okay? They be coming with a lot of shit. Going through a situation right now because I wanted to hang around somebody that had a lot of shit going on. Now look at me.
And eventually took his life. That incident got all of the Peckwater 51st Street members that were out that night arrested. Eventually, while only 3 of them, Stings, Gambino, and Frost, were found guilty of murder and manslaughter.
Frost.
That was a huge...
They call him Frost because he's white?
Suspected members were serving life imprisonment. Both S45 and AK were close friends of Suspect, as you can regularly find them in his music. It was the murder of these 2 that made Suspect become really crazy and unleashed the demon in him, as he was still in prison, but already plotting his retaliation. As soon as Suspect got released in 2018, he got active in the streets immediately, and he became crazy on the streets of Camden.
Wait, mofos got choreography in they? What is this? I love me a good choreo. Understand that.
He quickly started taking his revenge on his ops.
Oh.
He got 3 51st Street members, Lebs Action and G Squeeze, and fought them, almost killing Lebs. Action eventually had to leave G Squeeze and ran to save himself while G Squeeze was stabbed 14 times.
You see what I'm saying? Mofo's really not your friends. He left the man.
In late 2018, he made the papers when he allegedly shot at Cell, also called C2, a 51st Street member on Essex Street. Though his name was not mentioned and as no one identified him, the news read, the Mets gang squad has released CCTV of the chilling moment a gunman gets out of a Jaguar and opens fire off Essex Road. Police are pleading with anyone with information about the shooter or the driver of the car to get in touch. No one was hit, but 2 passers-by were injured during the shocking incident on the night of September 21st. A 34-year-old woman was taken to the hospital with a cut to her hand caused by shattered glass from a shop window, and a man 40 suffered minor injuries. The car pulled into the Peabody Estate in Greenman Street before the passenger got out and fired several shots at another man in Greenman Street and then again in Essex Road. He back in the car which sped off down Popham Street. From the news, it's clear that the suspect missed Cell as he jumped off-road after the incident. During this time, suspect wasn't known to many people because he didn't release any songs. He was all about his gang activities, and that he faced squarely. Usually street works and into trouble, which suspect understood and stuck to. He continued earning himself respect in the gang and on the streets by fighting and taking ops out, even allegedly robbing a lot of guys at the time. He was so determined, and that made him catch his first body in April 2019. The Queens Crescent 51st Street boss called C-Miz, who himself
We know a lot about C-Miz. Yeah.
had a body, was walking in Greens Oak at about 8:30 when 4 active gang members spotted him there on the street. As soon as he also noticed his ops were there, he ran as he felt he was outnumbered, which could be dangerous for him. He was filmed by a dash cam nearby while he was running for his life. He was able to run far, but at a point he slipped and was caught by his ops. He was then stabbed to death by suspect S.Y., Swavey, and Stricker. None of them were arrested for this case as it remains unsolved to this day. After C-Miz died, his name was mentioned in a lot of songs they dropped. Some of the lyrics where C-Miz was mentioned include, "Bill up a C-Miz pack, that's flavors. C-Miz just turned run." It was Broadway when C-Miz got done.
Alright, I'm not gonna lie. There's literally, the last compilation I listened to had a lot of disses. Most mentioned deaths in UK drill had a whole part for C-Miz, so I'm going to skip this.
And stabbed him with a knife so long that it came out his back. Culprit was only 16 when suspect killed him, but being 16 doesn't mean he didn't have a body too. All by himself, he killed someone on Cali Road, which is most likely a rival gang member, and also shot at suspect 1 week before his death. For the murder, the police arrested AR named Abirabin Ibrahim. AR wasn't part of the stabbing, but he was the one that drove them to the scene. The car that he drove was later found destroyed together with another car, which are most likely the cars they took to the scene. Suspect S.Y. and Swavey all fled to East Africa to avoid trouble, leaving AR, who didn't commit the murder, to bear the punishment.
Suspect went to East Africa? The mofos went to East Africa?
Which are most likely the cars they took to the scene. Suspect S.Y. and Swavey all fled to East Africa to avoid trouble, leaving AR, who didn't commit the murder, to bear the punishment.
These mofos are fucked up. What? What type of gang friend shit is going on? Huh? I would never. I'm so sorry. If I'm in a situation where doing stuff that we should not be doing and we're supposed to have some type of camaraderie together, and you telling me y'all is just like backdooring mofos and backstabbing and lying and leaving and putting shit on other people, I could understand more if it was somebody that did it and y'all were like, fuck him. Like, we gotta go. Like, still not cool, but somebody who didn't do shit and y'all try to put it on him? Are you stupid? What?
So decided not to say anything, and he got 21 years to life in prison for that.
Oh, no, absolutely not. I'm not gonna lie. Fuck a street code. Y'all left me to take this shit that I ain't fucking do, and I'm snitch. All of y'all. I'm giving all the details.
Kind of rare in this generation of UK drill, he hasn't stopped from pushing his rap career. He started dropping when he was last in the UK, and his early songs reached 1 million views, which is a good benchmark for UK rap music. Since he went on the run, his consistency has improved, and he's also linked up with the likes of Lowski and Fredo, HRB. Even though active gang top killers are on the run, that didn't stop the beef from going on. In late 2019, Wilson Varela was shot dead in Camden by 2 men. Wilson was not a gang member, but was mistaken for a gang member. Those who killed Wilson are unknown, but it was rumored that it was Active Gang or Peckwater. In 2021, the beef started to calm down a bit, but in the beginning of summer, the beef reignited on a big level. Blitz of Active Gang got stabbed by 3 Combo members on his birthday and was mocked on social media. Soon after, Broadday and T.S. Cam were released from prison and they took to social media to make awareness of how they were going to make Camden hot again. They allegedly stabbed a Knop in the face, and by the end of summer, Peckwater was on the news again. This time it was a quadruple shooting that left 3 women shot.
Women? For what? What is going on at this point? Like, I'm questioning everything in this video.
It was said that Drills, who's the QC's boss, was also shot, though he said it's not true. The rival gangs started taunting one another and Broadday eventually got called back to jail the day after. The problems continued till today, with suspect and his friends still on the run for the murder they committed. Alright guys, that's all I've got for you in this video. Make sure to leave your thoughts in the comment section.
This was really something, I ain't gonna lie. So you telling me he did a bunch of illegal shit, pinned it on somebody else, and went to East Africa, and has a successful music career? What is he on? I think I missed something, because why is he still on the run? Unless there were multiple suspects involved in that shit. Because didn't AR take the shit for him or them? So what are you on the run for anymore? But I don't know. That's crazy. That's crazy, honestly. So, anyways, it's very interesting. I always have a lot of questions because I don't know, I'm a yapper. So, and I think about like a lot of shit, and like I said, I'd be very interested in knowing certain things. So, anyways, yeah. Y'all let me know what else you want me to react to, and I will get to it as soon as possible. Like I said, hopefully the screen is fixed at the end of the week, and then I'll have 2 phones. Yeah, 2 phones. And yeah, anyways, y'all come subscribe, follow me on Instagram, follow me on TikTok. I'll see y'all in the next one.